Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. How are y'all feeling today? How are y'all feeling today? We live on stream. We live on stream. Takeover season underway. Takeover season underway. What's up, Brescia? What's up, all y'all? How y'all doing today? Takeover season is underway. I'm about to bust up my skin right now. Y'all have no clue. Y'all have no clue. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. What's up, D Will? My mic volume low. Can you hear me? What about now? Can you guys hear me well? Can you guys hear me well? Can you guys hear me well? What's good? Hey, y'all, listen. I got so much to talk about with y'all. Like, y'all have no fucking clue. Y'all have no clue, bro. Hi, beautiful soul. My God, hope you're having a blessed day. What's up, Brescia? I am having a great day. Listen, y'all. Is my dog honking? I got some news for y'all, man. I got some news for y'all. It's not pretty. I just went through a breakup, y'all. Y'all, I just went through a breakup, y'all. I just went through a breakup, y'all. Guys, I went through a breakup. Boy, when I tell you, even it got me too. The snake year got me too. The eclipse got me too. It got me too, y'all. It got me too. I just went through a breakup, y'all. And honestly, like, I got so much to talk about with y'all because, number one, I know some of y'all have gone through breakups this year. Some of y'all have cut some friends off. Some of y'all have left some people. Some of y'all, and I just want to talk to y'all about it for a little bit, you know. Yeah. It ended on September 7th, but then it was for real on the 9th, a breakup. Yeah, we broke up. Yep. We broke up. Listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I was wondering, why was I stagnating? I was wondering why wasn't I growing? I was wondering why I was being stuck in this little box, you know? And I'm never gonna blame anybody. Like, I'm never gonna blame anybody because it's never, yeah, that do count. I'm never gonna blame anybody because it's nobody's fault. It's my fault because I have to have stronger boundaries. It's my fault because I have to be able to, what's the word when you're constantly checking your environment to see if it connects with you? You know, what's that word when you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like I was around the wrong energy, you know? And when you are around the wrong people, it can be very hard for you to grow. When you are around the wrong people, it can be very, very, very hard for you to grow. And it's not that the people are bad. It's not that the people are terrible. Hypervigilance is a good word. It's not that the people are bad or terrible. Sometimes you just have to ask yourself, does it align with where I'm going? Does it align with where I'm going? Is what I'm a part of, is the people that I'm a part of, do they have the same mentality as me? Do they want to go the same place as me? Do they want to do the same things as me? You know, like, are we on the same frequency? You know? And I send love to her. But at the end of the day, I've always said, if something is getting in the way of my purpose and my passion, it has to go. If something is getting in the way of my purpose and my passion, it has to go. Because guess what? Your destiny is first. Let's start the live, y'all. Let's start the live. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the video, wherever you are watching this at. And I just want to tell you that today's live is going to be something very powerful. Today's live is going to be very, connected, in alignment. You know what I mean? First of all, what I want to say is today is a 28 day. Today is a one day. So today is a day where you really want to be aggressive with what it is that you want in life. And to celebrate this free energy that I now have, I am going to challenge myself to do 200 videos, 200 TikToks, 200 videos in 24 hours. 200 videos in 24 hours. That is 8 videos an hour. Right? And I know it sounds crazy. But sometimes we have to challenge ourselves. Sometimes we have to do things that make us question, can I even do that? In order for us to see what we're actually capable of. You know, man, I want to tell you that your body knows. Your spirit knows. Your energy knows. You may consciously try to ignore it, but your mind knows who's for you. Your energy knows who's taken from you. Some of y'all are being siphoned from your environments. Some of y'all are being siphoned from the people around you, and you have no clue, or maybe you do. You know? Sometimes we purposely stay in things until we have the strength to leave. And that's okay, I get it. So you may not be ready to leave right now. You may not be ready to leave right now, and that's perfectly fine. But you got to know where you're headed. You got to know eventually, I got to end this. I got to quit it. I got to leave this person alone. I got to leave this job. I got to leave this friendship. These people are not feeding me. These people are not feeding me. And quite frankly, I realize that sometimes I tend to overgive. You know what I mean? Like overgiving. That's my main problem. I give too fucking much. I give too much. Anybody else agree with that? Anybody else feel the same way? I give too much. You know? And what I would say too is that, like, in order for you to really be happy in this life, you have to have, a list of non-negotiables of like, once I see this in a person, I let them go. Like, you have to know in your head what is a non-negotiable for what is allowed in your space or what is not allowed in your space. Victim mentality, you gotta go. Victim mentality, you gotta go. No accountability, you gotta go. If people don't even, let me tell you something. If people don't even want it as much as you, they gotta go. This year alone, I learned how important it is to be around people who have similar or the same energy or the same drive as you. Me, I'm a hard worker. You heard what I just said? I just said I want to drop 200 videos in 24 hours. Why? Just cause. Why? And some of y'all have like in real life stop loss. Like some of y'all have this energy that's like constantly wanting to work. But you got people around you that are so lazy that every time that you tell them that you want to work, they make you feel bad for it. Stay away from people that make you feel bad for being you. You feel me? Like we in Q4. We are in Q4, everybody. And quite frankly, I feel like I haven't been here, and I keep saying this, and I'm tired of saying it. I feel like I haven't been here for y'all like how I need to. Obviously, because I've been there for myself. But what I've realized is pouring into y'all pours back into me. Like one thing I love about y'all is y'all always got my back, and I always know that whatever I pour into y'all, y'all pour into me. You feel me? And my level of consistency right now that I want to really focus on is like, I'm trying to be in your face. I'm talking about in it. I'm trying to be in your face. Consistency now, the thing that excites me is how I want to build myself up. How do I want to build myself up? You feel me? Like, and my thing is I want to do it with y'all. Like, can we be accountability partners? Can me and you be accountability partners? Can me and you, we run our money up, our funny up together? Can we get sexy together? Like right now, I know I look rough. I just went through a breakup. You know what I'm saying? I know I look rough. But wait till I get my facial, I get my hair done. Y'all know how it be. But I don't want to, like, at first I was afraid of coming on here and looking kind of like crazy a little bit or not like looking up to my par, up to my standard. But I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, they need to see me go through it. They need to see me fight it. They need to see me get better. They need to see when I'm starting to get over that hill, because I've learned that a lot of people, yes, they learn from what I'm saying. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Is the sound better now? Because somebody was telling me the mic cutting out. Is the sound better now? Is it still cutting? All right, cool. So my thing is, I know it's important for me to document my process. That's another thing, y'all. If y'all have not yet followed me on YouTube, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and get me on YouTube. It's on my page. But yeah, man, I was like, you know what? Why are people saying they can't hear me? Why are people saying they can't hear me? What you mean you can't hear me? It's glitching? Damn. Always. Why everybody keeps saying it's glitching? All right. I'm ready to just go in it. I'm ready to just get in it. I can get in it, y'all. I got a lot of energy. I could just get in it. Can I just get in it? Can I just like all right, bet. All right, here we go. Okay. So basically what I was saying was, I want to document my process. Everybody telling me on YouTube they can't hear me. That's crazy. So I'm about to just go. Listen, y'all gotta, for my people on YouTube, just find me on TikTok if you can't hear me, because I gotta do this. I gotta let it out. Okay. So right now, what's really fueling me right now is like fire. What's really fueling me right now is like wanting to like go after, wanting to really see who I can become, you know? And I know a lot of y'all feel the same way. Like, we trying to see who can I become when I really lock in how I want to lock in. Who can I become? You know? And one message that I said to myself today that really woke me up, I said, what if today is the day that everything changes, bro? What if today is the day that everything changes? Some of y'all, man, like some of y'all not able to really see how powerful you are because you have people around you who constantly try to make you feel small. Bro, y'all have no clue. Like, my ex was literally telling me, you know, who you think you are, who you actually are not the same. And I'm like, that's funny, because that's not how the law of attraction works. The motherfucker literally told me, you're not who you think you are. Okay? And I was just there like quiet. I was just like, keep going. Go ahead. Keep talking. Keep talking. Motherfucker said, you're not who you think you are. How am I not who I think I am? I'm in a 3-bedroom house in Miami with 4 cars. They not Rolls Royces, but I'm 25 and I'm doing this off of content, so I think I'm exactly who the fuck I am. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, let me tell y'all something. That's an example of the people around you. There are people around you who just don't like that you are who you are. Period. And I realized, I was like, I'm sleeping with the enemy. Some people around you don't want you to be big. Some people around you don't want you to grow because you make them feel bad. What I realized was this person wanted me to feel as miserable as they felt about their life. This person wanted me to feel as miserable as they did about their life. And that's how some people are. They want you to be miserable like them. And it is so crazy because you ever looked at somebody's eyes and it was something else? Mind you, this was the day of the eclipse, y'all. This was on the eclipse. I looked in their eyes and it was somebody else. It was somebody else. Listen, man. One thing I want to tell y'all is what that did for me, it made me realize, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. You want to know why? And I gotta stand up a little bit for this, y'all. I gotta stand up for a little bit for this. Nobody besides you, nobody besides me can tell me who I am. Bitch, I said, if I say I'm the boss, I'm the boss. That's the problem with y'all. Like with these people, you afraid to say who you gonna be. You afraid to be who you gonna be. The idea of being better is so far away from how you see yourself that you having the idea of better, you can't even comprehend. Some people are born losers. Some people wait for validation. Some people wait to be. And that's when I was like, when people try to get in the way of your self-belief, that's how you know you need to let them go. Then you need to let them go. Y'all got to understand, confidence around insecure people is a trigger. Loving yourself around people who hate themselves is a trigger. They gonna always have a problem with you. So pay attention when people have a problem with you wanting to do better for yourself. Pay attention. Pay attention when people don't like that you becoming bigger, better, wiser, sexier. And that's what I realized. I always realized, like, why people always trying to humble me? Why people always trying to ask yourself, why do you think people keep trying to humble you, bro? Ask yourself, why do you think they try to humble you? Why? Because your confidence, who you are, makes them feel uncomfortable. And whenever somebody humble you, that's a real reason for you to even feel yourself even more. Because only confidence bothers an insecure person. Only confidence bothers an insecure person. Only confidence bothers an insecure person. And I realized, like, it made me, I told y'all I've been reading the book Think and Grow Rich, right? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this whole shift with like losing people, cutting people, all came because I started to read this book. And remember, I kept telling y'all that. You know why I think the shift happened when I started reading this book? Because once I started reading the affirmations, once I started thinking a certain type of way, you start shifting yourself in a new frequency. And when you shift yourself in a new frequency, you don't deal with the consequences of your last frequency. You don't deal with so that means that if I start telling myself that I'm abundant, if I start telling myself that I'm happy, if I start reaffirming these new things, everything that was stopping me from having it is going to get removed. That's why when some of y'all start doing the work, it feels like things get worse before it gets better. And the reason why is because the version of you that you shift into is starting to release all of the things that's been stopping you from aligning with that timeline and that frequency. So when I started reading this book and reading my quotes, it was like, oh, okay, you abundant? All right, we gotta remove the energy around you that's stopping you from being abundant. We gotta remove the insecurity, the negative thoughts, the energy around you that's stopping you from aligning with that frequency. And at times it feels like destruction at first, but you don't realize that, things have to get destroyed in order for it to be built. Sometimes everything has to come crashing down in order for you to have something new. You get what I mean? And it takes a decision. It takes you to make a decision to say, I will no longer be this person anymore. That's when you, as an adult, that's when you know shit's serious. When you make an internal decision with yourself. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not taking this no more. This will never happen no more. Like, when you have that conversation with yourself, you know you headed somewhere else. How many of y'all had that conversation with yourselves recently? I'm not taking this no more. I promise, bro, this will never happen to me again. How many of y'all been having that conversation? Because it's time for change. Because it's time. Because it's time, baby. It's time. It's time. But the problem is that quite frankly, don't blame nobody for your shit. You cannot blame nobody for your shit. You gotta know it's always up to you, because whoever it is that you want to blame it on, you gave them access. You gave them the trust. You gave it to them. You gave them the power to affect you. Nobody can affect you unless you give them the power to. Nobody can affect you unless you give them the power to. And once I peeped that, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm not giving people power no more. If I say I'm this, you better fucking accept it. Period. You know? But some of y'all are afraid to be who you really are because you know some people not gonna like it. Stop biting your tongue. Stop. And when I say stop biting your tongue, that don't mean just say whatever the fuck you want out your mouth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you know it's time for you to say your truth, don't hold it because you're afraid of somebody else feeling hurt about it. You cannot spell truth without hurt. You cannot spell truth without hurt. Excuse me. Oh, guys. By the way, real quick, I gotta fix something. I just want to let y'all know that eclipse was so serious. That eclipse was nothing to play with. How many, and yesterday was the 999 portal. How many of y'all was feeling that energy yesterday? How many of y'all was feeling that energy yesterday? How many of y'all was feeling that energy yesterday? I know I was feeling that shit. Like, I feel like this month, you got to be careful because you could get caught up in thinking about your past too much. So you got to be careful with that. Some of y'all could get too caught up in thinking about your past. Yesterday was like a super reminiscent type of day, so you got to be careful. You know, don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to release, but do not stay thinking about the past. Like, this is something that I learned recently. The moment that your past starts coming up, you have to realize that you're no longer in the moment. You're no longer creating. You're literally refilling something that happened in the past, and you're living in the past. Now your energy is in the past. That means that now you only are operating from some of your energy. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to call your energy back. I want you to take a deep breath. I'm going to hit this sound bowl. I want you to take a deep breath because today's a new day. Today's a double one day, a 28-1 day. So what I want you to do is when I hit this bowl, I want you to take a deep breath and say, I call my energy back. I call my energy back in the now. I call my energy back. I call all my energy back. Ready? I call my energy back. Why am I telling you to do this? Because some of y'all have forgotten that you left your energy with someone, somewhere, and on some history or some past. That's what you did. And when you're constantly thinking about how this person hurt you a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, that means that you are still a year ago. Your energy is still a year ago. Your energy is still a week ago. Your energy is still yesterday. How can you create the future when you are in the past? Even then, you want to make your plans, but try not to be too ahead in the future. What I mean by that is when you do your meditations and you're visualizing your life, you want to bring the future to now. And what I mean by that is some of y'all could be thinking, oh, what I got to do at 5 o'clock? I got to go pick this person up. I got to go pick this. I got to go write this email. I got to go. And you're like, oh. Yeah. You've already created a emotion of like dread around something that hasn't even happened yet. That's not even real right now. So what do you think you're going to feel in the next couple of hours? Dread. Instead of sticking to this moment. I'm going to be meditating in my mystery school, y'all. So if you want to join my mystery school, go ahead and DM me mystery school. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of meditations, a lot of teachings, like a lot of growth in there, because personally, I just feel like, what the fuck is going on with the youth? What the fuck is going on with the youth, bro? Like, I like to call it mastermind. It's raining right now. I like to call it mastermind. And what I realized was that I need to only be talking to people who are energetically on the same frequency as me. That's how I stay on point. That's how I stay on point. You get what I'm saying? That's how I stay on point. But some people, they either want it or they don't. A lot of people say they want it, but they don't really want it. A lot of people say they want it, but they don't really want it. And quite frankly, I just been feeling like, this is the time for you to transmute. Transmute that energy. Transmute that pain. Turn it into motivation. When you're a person that can take every adversity. Remember, I kept telling y'all, adversity is an opportunity. Adversity is an opportunity. Opportunity has a sly way of coming in through the back door and making itself feel like it's unfortunate or misfortune. Opportunity will temporarily disguise itself as misfortune until you can recognize that it's opportunity. But the only way you're going to recognize that it's opportunity is by having a opportunistic mindset. If you're a person that thinks like a victim and thinks that everybody is just out to get you, you're never going to see how things were coming into your life to make you better. Adversity is an opportunity. Thank you so much, Serena. Yeah, I got in my head the other day and my higher self literally said transmute the energy and create. That's the reason why you're receiving this energy right now, for you to create. I have this quote that I say, sometimes God has to break your heart to save your soul. Sometimes God has to break your heart to save your soul. And that's the truth. You could be asking God, why am I going through this pain? It hurts so bad. And that's how I was feeling. I was like, God, this hurts. But then I asked myself, you rather go through this little bit of pain, or you rather go through this little bit of pain right now, or deal with the pain of dealing with these people or this energy for the rest of your life? I said, I'll take the pain right now, please. You rather deal with the pain of separation and making yourself better, and or you rather deal with the pain of being stuck forever. Mike went out. Somebody said Mike went out. Mike went out. Did the mic go out, or is it just a glitch? Okay, cool. Yeah, man, so we're going to be going hard, social media. We going to be... Somebody saying mic drop. Why are some people saying mic drop? It's cap. How many people we got watching this live on TikTok right now? How many people we got watching this live on TikTok right now, y'all? Oh, mic drop. Oh, that's what y'all meant. 169. Oh, we gotta keep going. I gotta keep talking. Hold on. Let me pull some shit up. All right, check this out. This is what I realized today, right? I was like, you know what? Sometimes we're not gonna know exactly what we supposed to do. Sometimes we're not gonna know exactly where we supposed to go, right? Yet we feel like we have all this energy. Let me tell you something. You have to stop expecting the whole plan to be right here in your lap. Sometimes you have to just keep throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and then creating the plan from that. So some of y'all may be asking, well, Ori, why are you doing 200 TikToks or 200 videos in a day? Because I don't know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. I just know I gotta do something. You get what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, when you're trying to find your way or find your next step, sometimes you just gotta go hard on something, and then through your mistakes, you'll realize, okay, I need to go this way. Some of y'all waiting for perfect shit. Some of y'all waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect setup, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And the reason why I was like, all right, I'm going to post 200 TikToks in a day is because guess what? Repetition, volume. The more that I do, the more I will get. The more I give, the more I receive. And when I say give, some of y'all don't think give to a person. Don't think give. Give to the universe, give to the world. The more value that I bring, it's the law of compensation. The law of compensation. Guess what? If I do 200 videos, two or three of them videos got to do something. Show up more than everybody else. And that's something that Napoleon Hill talks about. Napoleon Hill talks about in as a leader, and this is something that I wanted to teach on my mystery school. As a leader is those who do more than what they're paid for. Bro, I realize sometimes we don't even really give ourselves an opportunity for success. You get what I'm saying? We don't really give ourselves opportunity for success. A lot of us are afraid of failure so bad that we don't even give ourselves the opportunity to succeed. Like, do y'all understand what it is that you want in life? At least you're able to try. There are some people who cannot even try. And what I mean by this is somebody wants to be a bodybuilder, but they're impaired. They don't have legs. They can't really be a bodybuilder. But you got legs. Something so basic as that. Some of y'all don't understand the fact that you have a phone. An iPhone. Some of y'all got the newest iPhone. Do you understand how fortunate you are? Do you understand how highly favored you are to even have the opportunity to do? Do you get what I'm saying? Some people look at my video now and it's like, oh my God, you have such great quality. Guys, do y'all understand that I used to be going live on the floor of my mother's house using some old whiteboard? Like, it didn't start like this. It didn't, you know? And my thing is, like, you got to also understand, as you continue to grow, you have to learn how to accept what comes with the thing that you're asking for. You want to get sexier? Understand that more people are going to hit on you. People are going to be disgusting. The more money you make, guess what happens? People are going to want to take from you. People are going to want to steal from you. You have to understand the duality of it. And stop thinking that the duality is such a negative thing. No, the duality is a sign. If people are hating, what is the duality of that? What is the duality of hate? What is the duality of hate? Love. And when you stop allowing the cons to get you emotional, you do better. You do better. Bro, I'm telling you, y'all gotta stop allowing people to make you feel a type of way. Stop. Like, I realized for me, what my last relationship taught me was, number one, emotional control. Emotional control. Some people will purposely try to control you by getting you emotional. And the thing about it is that if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful business person, if you want to be a successful influencer, you have to know that people will constantly try to tug at you, and you got to have emotional control. That's why I love the idea of detachment, because detachment is so real. In order to make money, you got to be detached. In order to make money, you have to be detached. And detachment doesn't mean, oh, I don't feel anything. Detachment is more like, it's okay. It's okay. I don't own anything. Nothing belongs to me. If it has to go, it has to go. If it has to come, it has to come. Whatever. Detachment is okay. Detachment is one of the number one skills of all of the most successful people. And let me give you an example, right? Yes, detachment is your nervous system regulated. Yes, a lot of people who are mostly everyone who is very successful In some kind of way, they learned how to control their nervous system. What I will say is that around certain people, my nervous system wasn't safe. My nervous system was constantly in anxiety. And my homeostasis, and homeostasis is basically like your default energy, your default place. My default place was in anxiety and in fear, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know that I was literally in anxiety, living from a state of anxiety all the time. My body was reject. Also, yes, me too. What I can say too is that when you see the red flag, believe it immediately, because people are known to repeat those patterns. I was told all the time, yeah, I'm not going to do it no more. Yeah, I'm not going to do it no more. Yeah, I'm not going to do it no more. And then when the time came, it was done again. And it was done again. It was done again. Boundaries was not respected. When your boundaries are not respected, once someone shows that, number one, they get mad at you when you place a boundary, or when they show that they don't respect your boundaries, that is a sign they have to go, because they have no respect for you and your comfort. I was carrying shit that wasn't mine, y'all. I was carrying shit that wasn't mine. And you got to be careful, because some people will try to prime you and manipulate you and prepare you and train you to think that that's what you're supposed to do. I felt trapped. I was trapped to a false loyalty. I was betraying myself to be loyal to someone else. I was betraying myself to be loyal to someone else. Betraying my body, betraying my nervous system, betraying my peace, betraying my mind. And some of y'all, you have to be careful. You know, it taught me that when my spirit says, that ain't right. When my spirit says, hold on, I don't deserve this. You gotta listen to that. You gotta listen to that. This is why I have the belief system of I am only loyal to myself. And the reason why I say this is because if someone is benefiting you, loving on you, and you're being loyal to yourself, you're going to be loyal to the things that feed you love. Right? If yoga is the thing that feeds you love, you're going to be loyal to yoga. If your mom is the thing that feeds you, you're going to be loyal to mom, because you're loyal to you. And I realized that that's the way to think, because when people start to see that you have a lot, when people start to see that you have more than most people, they trying to figure out, how can I get it? That's why, honestly, I don't think I can really talk to people who have less. And you might be like, no, that sounds crazy. But when you really think about it, people who have less, they have less for a reason. And a lot of times it's because of how they think. When people don't take accountability, that's a sign, that's a red flag, stay away. Because if people cannot have accountability, that means that when they're wrong, they're not willing to see that they're wrong. You know? And I realized that the only thing I should really be committed to is my purpose, which is y'all. Because anything else that comes in my life, it comes from the fact that I have y'all. Does that make sense? Anything that comes in my life from this point on is most likely coming because I have you guys. So that means that you are the priority. My career, my success, that is the priority. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted y'all to understand that, you know, I was being demonized for having high standards. And now I learned why. People demonize you for having high standards because they can't reach them. So they make you feel bad because it's like, damn, why you so expensive? Like damn, like you too expensive. You too because I'm not for you. That's why. Because I'm out of your budget. I I am out of your budget. Period. If you can't afford me twice, you can't afford me once. Save up, get better, stack up, and maybe we could talk. But the thing about it is, if you go out in the real world with this, people will try to make you feel like, oh, like you shouldn't. Yeah, you're never gonna find it. Well, I just won't find the one. But I won't be with somebody who's not the one and not be at peace. Les Brown said to me, "You rather be alone than to be with someone and wish you were alone." You rather be alone than to be with someone and wish you were alone. I'll never overstay and ruin my nervous system. I felt that. I felt that. I felt that. And sometimes people keep you in these loops. My thing is like, how disgusting can you be to knock me off of my balance and want to come back and do it again and again and again and again? How could you knock somebody off their balance and then not feel bad for it or not want to change? That's what some people do. Some people are so out of balance themselves emotionally and energetically that they don't like the fact that you're balanced. Why aren't you crying? Because I'm crying. Why aren't you sad? I'm sad. You being happy and calm and cool while I feel sad is not okay with me. That's how they think. That's how they think. You know what I mean? Energy vampires, yes, being siphoned. Siphoned. Guys, I was being siphoned. I was being siphoned, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was being siphoned. And it's sad because it's just like, sometimes you don't really know. Sometimes you don't really know until after the fact. And when you out of it, you like, oh my gosh, I was accepting that? Whoa. I was wondering why aren't certain things manifesting for me? I'm usually like great at manifesting. Why do I feel stagnant? Why do I feel like because while you're trying to create a new way of thinking, while you're trying to create a new self-image and self-concept, you have someone telling you you're not. You're not that. You have someone who every time that you start raising frequency, they stir up something to bring you down to a different frequency. Every time you start leveling up to a new frequency, they do something to, and what I've realized is that I've dealt with a lot of people who are so afraid of me being successful. They don't want to, it's like, talk to me now. Talk to me about this. Like, some people are so afraid of me being successful. Like, how do you even have the time to be afraid of somebody else being successful when you should be working on your success? And then I realized some people are afraid of me being successful because they think I'm going to be something else. They think that, like, some people are afraid of how successful you're going to be. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Do you understand that there are some people who are so afraid of how successful you're going to be that they will do whatever they can to stop you? They are too lazy to work on theirs. Wow. It's so funny because I literally wrote a book about this, right? And I'm actually going to go through a little bit of this book, bro. So, one thing I want y'all to understand is that when you're the one that's the king, when you're the one that's the king, when you're the one that is the one with the crown, you got to realize everybody wants your head. Everybody wants your head. Everybody wants your head. And once you realize that with your destiny, that people want what you have, and we got to stop being like toxic positivity. Okay? What I mean by toxic positivity is it's okay to think that everything is for your benefit. That's fine. But for you to think that everybody is for your benefit is naive. That is naive. You can have a positive way of thinking about your life, but do not think that other people carry that same energy as you. Thinking that people won't come into your space to try to stop you and hinder you. Some people don't even know that that's what they're doing because they have a subconscious hatred in their heart. I realized I wasn't mean enough. I realized I wasn't mean enough. Too fucking nice. You get what I'm saying? You know? And you got to realize, like, look, here's something that I wrote down right here, right? Check this out. Here's something that I wrote down right here, right? I'm going to read it to you. To wear the crown is to live within the beautiful tension of opposites. You must become a savage with a heart. You must become a savage with a heart. Fierce enough to protect your kingdom, tender enough to nurture its growth. I'm not telling you to be heartless or cold. I'm telling you to be strict with your heart. And use coldness as a discernment factor. Let people earn your warmth. Let people earn your warmth. Do you understand what I mean by that? Don't be so quick to, when you first meet someone, hi, that's cool. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. But don't every time they talk, I feel you. Oh, validate. No, when they're talking to you, you're listening. You're calm. You're not giving them validation. You over here shaking your head and you in your mind thinking that they saying something crazy. Why are you contradicting your own spirit, your own authenticity? Why are you shaking your head when in reality you're still trying to figure them out? Why are you validating them when you're still trying to figure them out? You feel me? So what I want you to do is, if you love what you're learning, I want you to DM me and say, I need more. If you like what you're learning, DM me, say, I need more. I need more. I need more info. DM me. Okay? I got the heart crystal. Yeah, that's another thing, y'all. I dropped some new necklaces on my site. So if you want to go ahead and get some new necklaces, like, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I used to, real quick, let me tell you something. I used to be so heavy into crystals. At some point, I fell off it. And this isn't about me selling it. Like, real talk, I'm about to teach you about something, okay? So, around 2022, 2021, I was very heavy into crystals. I went through something traumatic in 2022 that I think I fell off of my spirituality. You know, I fell off of what worked because I went through something so emotional. And sometimes we have to realize that the key to getting back on the horse is to go back to the fundamentals, to go back to the foundation, to go back to the basics, right? Now, if you look at the word, everybody comment the word fundamental. Everybody comment the word fundamental. I'm about to show you something. Everybody comment the word fundamental. I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to break something down right in front of y'all. Comment the word fundamental. Do you see how the word fundamental is literally fund a mental? Fund your mental. Fund your mental. The fundamentals for everything is your mentality. The fundamentals of everything is to feed your brain energy, information, things that can help you grow. That's what I stopped doing. I started making 100K. I started making 200K, 60K in a month, and I stopped doing what worked, which was funding my mind. Funding my mind. When I was younger, I was so hungry and thirsty for anything that could raise my frequency. But the thing about it is, once you start seeing some success, it can either happen in two ways. You get comfortable or you get hungrier. I got comfortable. I got comfortable, y'all. I got comfortable. Worst thing I could have ever done. I stopped reading. I stopped journaling as much. I stopped meditating as much. I stopped wearing my crystals as much. It wasn't until I had a friend. He's on the spectrum, but he's a fucking genius. He broke down to me. He was like, "Do you understand why crystals are so powerful?" I said, "I mean, I know why, but what is your take on it?" He said, "Do you understand that quartz alone?" He was like, "Your quartz should be the highest price thing on your crystal shop. And the reason why is because quartz is a physical version of oxygen, of O2, oxygen. It's a crystallized version." He says that obviously you know that your body is a crystal, but you can use this crystal to amplify yourself. And I was like, I mean, like, you know when you know something to be true, but you don't act on it? I feel like that was me. I feel like I knew that, thinking positive obviously helps you. I knew that, some of those things we have that in our life. Like, we know working out will make us feel better, but we don't do it. We don't do it. What's up, Unique? We don't do it. Why is it that we take for granted the things that we know works? But we're consistent with the things that destroy us. Do you want to know why? Because pain is also addicting. Yesterday when I was feeding my animals, I realized, I was like, why am I so emotional and addicted to I was addicted to a life I didn't even really like. I was addicted to a life that I didn't even like. It was the first time that I just felt stuck. I just felt miserable. I was fighting it though, because I wasn't gonna let it make me drown. But sometimes we get addicted to the things that are not even good for us or that we don't like because it's addicting. Sometimes we also don't realize that pain is a form of dopamine. What are two things of success? Comfortable and what? What? We don't realize that pain. So I started, a lot of y'all don't know, but I started wearing my crystal again. These are the ones that I'm selling. Y'all, these are the ones that I'm selling. If you guys want to go ahead and buy crystals, you guys can DM me. I'll send you, where you can get it. Or I'll put it on my bio. I'll put it on my bio so you guys can check it out. I'll put it on my bio. I'll put it on my bio. But I'm going to break this down real quick. All right? All right, so look, let me show y'all what I learned recently that had me... Let me show y'all what I learned recently that had me like, back addicted to crystals again. Let me show y'all. Once he told me this, and he's actually helping me write a new book also around this, but I'm going to show y'all real quick. I'm going to read it to y'all. I'm going to read this to y'all. All right, here we go. Let me read this to y'all. So I have a whole thread on this. Okay, so look. The hidden power of quartz. Let me see if I can pull my page up. The hidden power of quartz. It's not popping up. All right, whatever. So the hidden power of quartz. The crystal that thinks. So, bro, tell me why. This is literally what he said. He said, do you know that crystals are sentient? I said, what? He said, my hand's itching. He said, did you know that crystals are sentient? I was like, what do you mean by that? He said, the crystal thinks. He says the crystal thinks. And then another thing he told me too, and after that, he said, start manifesting with mechanical pencils. Exactly, water, right? Water, right? But think about it. Water, oxygen, it's all connected. H2O, O2. Like when he broke this down for me, I was like, yo, he's gonna help me. He's gonna help me teach this to y'all. Okay? So he said, number one, quartz isn't just a stone, it's solid oxygen. So it's silica, right? And silica equals crystallized O2 bound with silicone. So he literally said quartz, which is this crystal right here, this clear crystal. I have quartz, so I got quartz right here, actually. This is quartz. He said it's solid oxygen, right? Solid oxygen, right? He said silica. So silica, there's a such thing as silica quartz. Let's look it up. Let me see. Let me show you guys. Silica quartz, silica quartz, silica quartz, silica quartz, right? Right? All right, cool. So mechanical pencils, the lead is made from graphite crystals. So when you use the mechanical pencil on paper, the paper is also crystal, you're now amplifying what you're writing, okay? So that's why it's important for you to, when y'all manifest it, use pencil and paper, the lead, all right? All right? So if oxygen is pure energy, quartz is that energy frozen into form. So if oxygen is pure energy, right? If oxygen is pure energy, quartz is that energy frozen into form. Oxygen fuels all life, breath, fire, water. Quartz holds the same universal charge, but in a form that you can hold, program, and command. So it's an energy that you're able to command, you're able to use to amplify. And that's why they use this crystal in our watches. Well, think about it. Silica, Silicon Valley, AI. Do you get what I'm saying? Silica, Silicon Valley, right? Because silica, he said, is sentient, right? Silicon Valley, we're creating AIs that can think. Now these AIs are fueled by crystals. Our Siri, which thinks, is fueled by crystals. Our phones, right? Is this making sense to y'all? Everybody drop down an emoji if this is making sense to y'all. Go ahead, run up the likes. All right? So the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because I'm just like, man, I got to use whatever I can to amplify my energy, right? So then quartz is alive. He said quartz is alive. Like trees, grass, or skin, it grows just at a slower rate. What we call rocks are Earth's slow motion biology, meaning the mountains, right? The mountains, they're constantly growing, just slow. Remember corrosion, it's growing. So these crystals, they grow. Now, if it grows, what does that tell you? It's alive. Remember how some of y'all be like, oh, my crystal just randomly disappeared? You get me? So, quartz is also a superconductor. It generates electricity when struck, which is piezoelectric. It charges under heat, pyroelectric, and that's why it powers your watch, your phone, and even Silicon Valley itself, because when you bring heat to it, it creates a type of electricity. Now, remember in the Matrix, when he was like, they're trying to turn us into this battery? You want to know why? Because our battery is a crystal. Our body is a crystal. Our pineal gland is a crystal. That's why this society tries to create through us by programming us through social media crystals. And then when we see all these images and photos and all these things, we're naturally manifesting. Because guess what? They know that if I just put this video in front of their face multiple times, if I put this song in front of their face multiple times, it's going to get trapped in their subconscious mind. And guess what's going to happen? You're naturally a radio station, so you're sending that signal out. Whatever's in your mind, whatever you keep seeing, you're taking it in and sending it out. You're creating from that. They're creating through you. That's why you have to be in control of what you take in, right? So shapes command the ether also. What that means is, it's about to thunder. What that means is that, you know how they say that crystals are connected to sacred geometry, right? Very connected, right? Sacred geometry. Do you understand that there are some crystals that form in perfect sacred geometry? For example, this crystal is a crystal for abundance, right? Look how this crystal literally grows in perfect squares. Sacred geometry, it grows in perfect squares, perfect cubes. Perfect cubes. You get what I'm saying? So that's just an example of how sacred geometry, you know? So when you use certain crystals as certain shapes, for example, why do you think that? Do you understand the pyramids are also made from crystals? Do you understand that that's why they have so much energy? The pyramid is made from limestone. And then they had gold caps, which is a conductor also. Gold caps at the tip of the pyramid. And then they had water underneath it. And then they had water underneath it. So he was saying that using crystals that are in the shape of pyramids can also be very powerful because you can direct it to you. You could direct the energy. So for example, he was like, you can use a crystal, right? And because it has a tip, and let's say it's quartz, right? You can direct it towards your heart. You could direct it towards wherever energy, because that's what they made the pyramids for. That point is where all the energy is going into. All right. So like I said, you guys can go ahead and get some crystals. They're on my page. You go to my TikTok account. If you go to my TikTok account, you can see it there. You feel me? And I just dropped a whole bunch of new necklaces, guys. This one right here is agate, like, you know. But like I said, if you don't have quartz, y'all need to go ahead and get you quartz. If you don't have quartz, you need to go ahead and get you quartz. And this is why I add clear quartz to every single necklace, because it is an amplifier. For example, I have moldavite. This is my own personal moldavite. I don't sell moldavite. I have a clear quartz in the moldavite. And then I have another clear quartz right next to it to amplify it. You get what I'm saying? Clear quartz, clear quartz, clear quartz. Right? Because you have to ask yourself, why do you think that they try to get you to think that crystals don't do anything, but it's used in their business? Karina, just go to my page. You'll see it right there. You'll see it. Once you go to my page, you'll see it like on the, let me show you. Right there. You see that? At the right there. Because I can't, you know? You know what I'm saying? So, how do you properly manifest? I have a whole book on this. But what I would say is the key to properly, the key to properly manifesting, DM me, KRYS, DM me. I'm going to tell you. But one thing I would say is, in order to properly manifest, number one, you got to make sure you're in the right environment, because it doesn't matter what you manifest. If you are around the wrong people, they can influence your subconscious mind. You have to understand that this shit is like, it's contagious. Energy is contagious. Energy is contagious. So you have to realize that if you are around the wrong people, your thoughts are easily going to get influenced to think a certain type of way. Period. So first thing first, you have to become aware. Like some of y'all say, oh, I want to manifest a new life, but you don't even know what that life looks like. You have to get very clear, very, very clear on what you want the new life to look like. What does it feel like? Because nothing you manifest can come without you having an emotional charge towards it. That's why the things that you react to emotionally affect you the most. That's why the things that you react to emotionally affect you the most. That's why. That's why. Truth. That's just the truth. I'm just being real with you. That's why you got to learn how to control your emotions, because everything you react to is what you're bringing more of into your life. You're attracting it. It's almost like the algorithm. Every time you respond to it, it brings you more of that video. It brings you more of that energy. It does. The law of attraction. Exactly. And that's what we have to realize. Like, we have to be more mindful of what we bring into our algorithm of life. If you don't want negativity, stop reacting to it. If you don't want lack, stop reacting to it. What if, this is something that I asked myself today. What if today's the day that everything changes for you? What if today is the day that everything changes for you? I'm asking. What if today's the day that everything, and when I said that, it gave me so much hope, belief, faith, but like it just gave me it made my energy rise. And then one thing I had to realize too is that, like, I will no longer allow other people's belief system to affect my belief system. Y'all got to realize too, you got to protect your heart, because your heart can single-handedly make you sick. Your thoughts can make you sick if you don't control them. That's why it's important who you hang around. That's why. You gotta protect your peace, bro. Because if not, it can actually harm your health. It can harm your health. It can. And when I learned that, oh my gosh, me being emotionally riled up is affecting me. It's affecting my success. It's affecting my money. It's affecting my life. You feel me? And if you've been feeling stuck lately, let today be the reason or the message that you finally get the fuck up. And that you slam yourself through. All I want to do is throw myself into my work. All I want to do is slam myself into my purpose, because that's the one thing that I know will make me happy, will make me feel a type of way. You make me feel much calm and better. I'm so glad. But real talk, y'all, make sure y'all start getting some crystals to protect your energy. Make sure y'all start getting some crystals to protect your energy. And if you want to know what crystal to get, go ahead and DM me. I'll tell you what crystal is great for your birthday. If you want to know what crystal is great for you, DM me your birthday and I'll tell you which crystal is best for you. All right? I lost mine after I left my ex. What you lost? What's the best? One crystal that everybody have to have is quartz. Clear quartz. I'll give y'all a discount code on the crystal shop also today. So if you DM me your birthday, I'll give you a discount code today, because I want everybody to start getting some quartz. My birthday was yesterday. Wow. Baby, you're an overthinker. Don't ask me how I know. I just know you're an overthinker. You got to be careful. You are easily influenced by the people that you're around. Easily influenced. Easily, baby. Easily. That's why y'all got to be, man. The message of the day is watch for your environment. And this is the 9th month. I am very much Virgo tendencies, but I have worked out that mindset. This is the ninth month. This is a 9 universal month. So y'all have to be careful because you may find yourself easily being affected by other people. You taking on other people's mentality. And the way that you make that 9 energy work for you is go in environments of wealth. Go in environments of success. Some of y'all, when you finally get into the environment of wealth, you make yourself feel small. Oh, I don't deserve to be here. And that's why you don't live there. That's why that's not your daily place. Because you think that that environment is bigger than you. Does pyrite also cause transformation? Money transformations. Money transformations. You know how much pyrite I got? Pyrite is one of my favorite money crystals. Also moss agate. This is moss agate. This is moss agate. And honestly, if you're born on the 8th, the 17th, the 26th, you should be trying to get money crystals. Money, 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 money. You should be focused on money. You should be focused on money. You should be focused on money. February 17th is such a powerful birthday. That's literally Michael Jordan's birthday. That's literally Michael Jordan's birthday. That's literally Michael Jordan's birthday. You know? You feel me? So what I want y'all to do though is make sure, if y'all haven't followed me yet, also make sure y'all follow me. But what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to start becoming obsessed with energy. And what I mean by that is I want you to become obsessed with always having discernment of like, does this person have good energy? I don't like it. It's okay to cut a motherfucker off because they got bad energy. It's okay to remove someone out your space because they have bad energy. It's okay. The gods agree. The elemental, the gods agree. Shango agrees. The thunder agrees. The thunder agrees. Like, bro, like, I'm so excited. Like, you have to understand that a lot of y'all are probably releasing a lot of things in life right now. You should be excited. Because if something is being removed from your life, that's because something else is coming in. Yes, I'm in the US. I'm being verified for cutting my adult. I'm being vilified for. Listen, I want to introduce to y'all a new way of thinking, okay? So I have a word for y'all, okay? I have a word for y'all. The word is called pronoia. The word is called pronoia. All right? Pronoia. Now, what does pronoia mean? Pronoia, I'm gonna literally look it up for y'all because I want to say the right thing. I want to say the right thing. So pronoia sounds like what? Paranoia, right? Pronoia sounds like paranoia, right? Okay. This is my new mentality now, and I'm about to read it to you, okay? So, pronoia is a psychological belief. It's psychology, right? Pronoia describes a state of mind that is the opposite of paranoia, whereas a person suffering from paranoia feels that the persons or entities are conspiring against them. A person experiencing pronoia believes that the world around them conspires to do them good. That's my new belief system. I do not entertain unfavorable outcomes. My brain, from this point on, my brain will no longer entertain unfavorable outcomes. There's no such thing as it wasn't a good, everything happened for a good reason. Do you know how much your life is going to change when you take on the mentality that everything is for your benefit? Pronoia is the belief that the world is conspiring in your favor and that every situation is a sign of support and assistance. Guys, I need you to understand that this life is mental first. The CIA has studied on it. NASA has studied on it. What is it going to take for you to finally accept and believe that your mind is where it starts? Guys, even in Africa, and I learned this because of my name, right? Guys, even in Africa, they literally have the head as a god. Do you understand? Even in Africa, I don't know why these people are right here, but even in Africa, the mind is a god within itself. Do you understand that almost every freaking religion talks about the power of the mind? It's not I don't care if you believe in this or this or this or this. Every religion has a point of confluence, which is alignment, that the mind is the start of it all. The mind is the start of it all. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that once you master the mind, you master everything. Because guess what? Your emotions come from the thoughts. Your emotions come from the thoughts. They come from the thoughts. How many times have you seen religious pictures with the sun behind the head? The sun, right? The sun, right? So let's read this a little bit just to understand. Because I feel like when you're truly intelligent, you learn from all religions, you learn from all spiritualities. Listen to this. Ori, literally meaning head, refers to one's spiritual intuition and destiny. It is the reflective spark of human consciousness embedded in the human essence, and therefore is often personified as an Orisha in its own right. Orishas are basically types of gods in Africa, right? So what I'm trying to get you to realize is that your head alone is God. It is God. Like, how do you think you hear God? How do you think you think about it? This is your receiver station. This is how you hear. This is how you manifest through this. When you go to sleep and you dream, you're traveling through this. Your pineal gland is a crystal through this. Right? So in Africa, they literally say that God can't even bless you if your head is not on right. And it makes me think about the fact that the Most High, the Creator, God could literally be trying to tell you something, but if your brain is negative, if your mind is negative, if your mind is cut off, if you don't listen, you're still gonna fall off. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is learn how to appease your mind. Learn how to spend time with your mind. Learn how to listen. Learn how to work this controller here, because this is the controller of your life. Perspective is everything. Why do you think that they do those little ink block tests, right? Let me show you what an ink block test is. Do you understand that they use these little tests, these little ink block tests, to see where your mind is at, right? And how you respond to what your perspective is will tell the doctor where your mind is at. But the thing is, I can see something different and you can see something different. What do you think that tells you? If I see something positive in this, then that means that I have a positive consciousness. If I see something evil in this, if I see spiders, if I see demons, that tells where my consciousness is. We are all living in our own world. Why is that? Because when I'm in a certain situation, I see something completely different. Me and you can be in the same room and perceive everything different. D Will, what are you talking about? D Will, what are you talking about? Who is D Will? D Will, what are you talking about? You feel me? D Will, what are you talking about? Not things that crawl on your belly with 4 more legs. Nah, man. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck D Will talking about. D Will, what are you talking about? Are you live on something? I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere. But yeah, man, you gotta learn how to protect your energy. You gotta learn how to protect your energy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, y'all. This is the time now where we really have to focus. We really have to focus. I gotta take a picture of this. Why the fuck it say that? I don't know who the fuck D Will is. This shit made my stomach hurt. I ain't gonna lie. This shit made my stomach hurt. And now he won't text. That's crazy. I can't see the comment. Man. Anyways, though, I think the most important thing, though, when you start to separate yourself into a new energy is just focusing on what you can do every day to get better. He tried it. Don't pay no mind. You think so? You think so? You think he trying to? You think he trying to mess with me? You think he trying to mess with me? You think he trying to mess with my head, y'all? Y'all think he trying to mess with my head? Y'all think he trying to mess with my head, y'all? I'm trying to see what he talking about. Mind all disappeared. Why I can't see y'all messages? I'm looking at y'all comments right now. Omega, you're funny. I think his brain is buffering. Disoriented, confusion, don't give energy. Yeah. Yeah, man. Zeus agrees. All right, y'all. I love you guys. And later.